मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की
जय
नवदीप मायापुर धाम की
जय
पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र से जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की
जय
इस्कॉन फिलाडेल्फिया की
जय
जय श्री श्री राधा शरद बिहारी की जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की
जय
परम करुणा श्री श्री गौर निताय की
जय
समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की all glories to assembled devotees
हरे कृष्ण
all glories to assembled devotees
हरे कृष्ण
all glories to assembled devotees
हरे कृष्ण
all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga Hari Hari Bol. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishta Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharane Nirbhishesha Sunyavadi Paschata Destai. Hare Krishna. Good morning. Welcome everyone. Morning Srimad Bhagavatam session. We will continue to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, the status quo, chapter 5, entitled, it's a new chapter, Vidura's talks with Maitreya, and text 1. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Sri Sukha Vacha Dwari Dunadhya Rishabha Kurunam Maitreya Masi Namagadha Bodham Kshatopasrutya Chitabhava Siddha Paprachasoli Paprachasoshila Guna Vitrupta Sri Sukha Vacha Dwari Dunadhya Rushabha Kurunam Maitreya Masi Namagadha Bodham Kshatapasrutya Chitabhava Siddha Papracha Sosilya Guna Vitrupta Sri Sukha Vacha Dwari Dunadhya Rushabha Kurunam Maitreya Masi Namagadha Bodham Shatopasrutya Chutabhava Siddha Papracha Sosilya Guna Vitrupta. Please recite again.
श्रीसुख उवाच द्वारीद्युनादा ऋषभाकुरूणां मैत्रेयमासीनम् अगाधबोधम् क्षतोपसृत्याच्युतभाव सिद्धा प्रपच्य सौशील्य गुणाभितृप्ता हरे कृष्ण
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Sri Sukha Uvacha Dare Dunadda Rishabha Kurunam Maitreyam Vashinam Agadha Bodham Shatto Pashatta Achyuta Bhavasiddhaya Parpacha Shaushilla Guna Viprita. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Shri Shuka Uvacha Dwari Natya Rishabha Karunam Matreyamasinam Agada Bodham Chatopashritya Chuta Bhavasita Paprascha Saushilya Gunavitrita. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you. So, we'll do synonyms. Okay. Sri Sukha Vacha Sukadeva Goswami said, Dwari, at the source of Dyunadya, the celestial river Ganges. Rishava, the best of the Kurus. Kurunam, of the Kurus. Maitreyam, unto Maitreya. Asinam, sitting. Agadha Bodham, of unfathomed knowledge. Kshata, Vidura. Upashritya, having approached nearer. Achyuta, the infallible Lord. Bhava, character. Siddha, perfect. Papracha, inquired. Silya, gentleness. Guna abhitriptaha, satisfied in transcendental qualities. Translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, Vidura, the best amongst the Kuru dynasty, who was perfect in devotional service to the Lord, thus reached the source of the celestial Ganges river, Haridwar, where Maitreya, the great fathomless learned sage of the world, was seated. Vidura, who was perfect in gentleness and satisfied in transcendence, inquired from him. Purport. Vidura was already perfect due to his unalloyed devotion to the infallible Lord. The Lord and the living entities are all qualitatively the same by nature, but the Lord is quantitatively much greater than any individual living entity. He is ever infallible, where the living entities are prone to fall under the illusory energy. Vidura had already surpassed the fallible nature of the living entity in conditional life due to his being Achyuta Bhava, or legitimately absorbed in the devotional service of the Lord. This stage of life is called Achyuta Bhava Siddha, or perfection by dint of devotional service. Anyone, therefore, who is absorbed in the devotional service of the Lord is a liberated soul and has all admirable qualities. The learned sage Maitreya was sitting in a solitary place on the bank of the Ganges at Haridwar, and Vidura, who was a perfect devotee of the Lord and possessed all good transcendental qualities, approached him for inquiry. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pashyat Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Translation again. Sukadeva Goswami said, Vidura, the best amongst the Kuru dynasty, who was perfect in devotional service to the Lord, thus reached the source of the celestial Ganges river, Haridwar, where Maitreya, the great fathomless learned sage of the world, was seated. Vidura, who was perfect in gentleness and satisfied in transcendence, inquired from him. Good morning, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining and giving your association. So this is a very wonderful chapter is beginning, because just as Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, when the two great devotees of the Lord, they meet, what happens? Krishna manifests. Krishna is already there in their heart, in their hearts, in their minds, in everywhere. Still in Krishna Katha, Krishna manifests in the form of Krishna Katha. Machita Madhyata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Kathayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanticha Ramanticha. Everyone have their subject matters to discuss. Everyone has inquiries in this material world. when we talk, actually it's kind of inquiry. Conversation is inquiring each other. Birds and beasts also, they also converse each other. Prabhupada, I was hearing in one of the lecture, Prabhupada, even crows also have their meetings. He was asking to his devotees, have anyone has seen the crows meeting? When there's a crow, when there's death in the crows, one of the crows dies. You know that? Yeah. So he says that the crows also have a meeting, in the big meeting. Oh, who did this? They try to attack also, it seems. So everything has a living entity, has in inquiries. But when the devotees of the Lord, especially pure devotees of the Lord, they meet, it's like a transcendental bliss and beneficial for the mankind, because they not only discuss about Krishna Katha, about each other's well-being, Machita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam. They also inquire about well-being of the living entity. Actually, it is a fact. We may not be realizing this. Meetings happens. And when there's a genuine devotees they meet, they always inquire about well-being of how to deliver the people in this world. And I'm sure you all are observing how day to day things are becoming worse and worse and worse and more stressful life for everybody. Either it's financial or not financial related, because very stressful. The Kali's influence of Kali is becoming more and more aggressive. That's why Vidura is going to ask a very interesting question in the next verse. I think next verse is going to be covered in Monday. But the fact is that Vidura and meeting of Vidura and Maitreya is for delivering or for helping the conditioned souls of this world and universe. Krishna had, Kali Yuga began. Krishna had his own plans. He left this planet, but he left the transcendental knowledge with Uddhava and Maitreya. And actually, it is said that he left for Vidura. Now, by the arrangement of the Supreme Lord, again, Vidura came all the way to meet with Maitreya at Haridwar. And what is Haridwar? And Haridwar that's the place that the Ganga is worshipped. It's kind of the beginning of Ganga. Of course, there's a Gomukh. Further, if you go a few kilometers more, Gomukh, where the Ganga begins. But Haridwar is a place as Ganga is, considered as a beginning, is established. And all these great sages and devotees of the Lord, they used to live till now they live, taking shelter of Ganga, purifying themselves, taking bath with Ganga water, taking bath with the holy name, taking bath with the transcendental conversation between the great devotees. So in the past, sincere devotees used to travel, to take association of the devotees who used to live at the shore of Ganga. It is said that Vidura, in the Yudhishthira Maharaj told Vidura that Tirtha Kurbanti Tirthani. Tirtha Kurbanti Tirthani means the real Tirtha. Tirtha means holy place. Devotees are the holy place. The holy place resides in the hearts of the devotees. So all these places are really meant for spiritual realization. Free from the worldly anxieties, world anxieties, constant anxiety. I was watching a video, hopefully it is true, after the automation, after the self-drive capacity of the car has come, you just sit there, the car will take you to the destination. And nothing to be surprised. Those days, when we go to a counter, we go for groceries, you do, and people will help you in checkout. They will scan everything and charge you bill and everything. Now, it's unmanned. It's everything is a self checkout. I heard that many stores that there is no man. You just do everything. Camera will take care of everything, like that. So similarly, the rockets also coming. You'll take you wherever you want to go in 30 minutes. That kind of material advancement is happening, but it gives what? More and more anxiety to people, actually, by the name of uh, improving our physical conditions. People have always fear of job. They become jobless. So Vidura and Maitreya are actually meeting up. Vidura and Maitreya is by the inconceivable arrangement of the Supreme Lord to bring good to the society. So the wonderful conversation is going to happen. Now Prabhupada writes in this verse, in this that Vidura, I'll share my notes a little bit here. Yeah. Maitreya, who is Maitreya? He's a sage, is a devotee, of course. But he's fortunate to receive the message from Lord Krishna. When Lord Krishna was departing from this world, he left the message. Actually, he left the message with Uddhava, but Maitreya was present as well. Right. So he left the message with Maitreya. And who is Vidura? Vidura is considered here, as mentioned, is a perfect in devotional service to the Lord. He's a pure devotee of the Lord. He's a pure devotee of the Lord. We all know this pastime when Krishna visited Hastinapur to establish, to have a settlement, a peace talk. It's called peace talk or peace conversation. This kind of peace conversation is there from, looks like years. It's nothing new. But Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He came on behalf of the Pandavas to meet with Kauravas. He proposed that, whatever they give, Pandavas will happily accept. But Duryodhana, unfortunately, out of arrogance, envy and arrogance, he did not wanted to give anything, literally. So anyway, before that incident happened, Duryodhana actually tried to host Krishna very nicely. So he tried to please him, flatter him. Okay, please come and stay. He made an elaborate lunch or dinner arrangement. Just like when the leaders come, the other leaders, they make an elaborate arrangement to please them and satisfy them for their own benefit. So Duryodhana had his own plans. But Krishna has his own plan. He said, why should I go there? I have my devotee living there. Vidura is there. Even though he's not the royal prince or princess or king, even though he's a minister, Vidura is considered poorer as compared to Duryodhana. So Krishna went to Vidura's home. So that is the caliber of Vidura. Accepted Vidura's offer. He personally went, and it is said that, I don't know how far it is true, but it is said that Vidura was so overwhelmed with joy. He overwhelmed with joy that it is sometimes that he got confused what to give, peel or banana, like that. I don't know how authentic it is, but at least we can take the essence of it is that he was completely in ecstasy. He was completely in ecstasy. So that's why Vidura is already has association. He's a pure devotee, perfect in devotional service to the Lord, and also is mentioned perfect in gentleness. And then it says satisfied in transcendence. Prabhupada writes, these are the words from the Prabhupada's writing. And Maitreya, the great fathomless learned sage of the world, was seated him. So this is the situation. Both. I want to give more information about Vidura. Vidura is mentioned about as Achyuta Bhava stage. Different stages of devotional service. Prabhupada writes in purport that living entity are prone to fallible, Chuta, and Krishna is Achyuta. Achyuta means Krishna can never fall, he's infallible. So living entity is fallible, Krishna is infallible. In quality, both are same, but in quantity, Krishna is the supreme. He's like an ocean, and living entity is like very insignificant in quantity. So when living entity, fallible living entity, when they come in contact with the devotional service, they develop, gradual development happens for them. In that gradual development, there can be chances of falling down again, going back to their old habits. I'm seeing, in our life and in other devotees' life, we come and we do practice sometime, then we fall down again. We break our four regulatory principles. It's prone to fallible. But what the stage of Vidura is mentioned here is Vidura is attained Achyuta Bhava stage. Vidura has attained that stage where falling down is not possible. Krishna literally protects the devotees. Anyone, therefore, who is absorbed in the devotional service of the Lord is a liberated soul and has all admirable qualities like Vidura. Now, the stages of bhakti from Madhurya Kadambini, I'll share briefly here. You can have questions or comments we can add. So, how a living entity, after falling into this material world, after living so many lifetimes in so many species, taking birth and death again and again. And unfortunately, many are not convinced and believe that this birth, repeated birth again and again. If you look into general public's life, all our life is completely focused on this life only. Oh, who knows what will happen, let's live as much you can enjoy. Or we always worry about this life only. Yeah, of course, we should worry the present situation. And also the present situation should be, framed in such a way that it helps us future. Not just we live at the present, at the same time prepare for future as well. So when the living entity come in contact with the devotional service, devotees of the Lord, with a little faith in him or her, what is that called? Shraddha. When some or other this security they have in this Shraddha they have developed. Faith. What is Shraddha? The faith in the words of the Guru and the scriptures. Shraddha. Guru in the sense that it's not like always we can initiating Guru. It can be the Siksha Guru also, devotees. Faith, we should have faith. When one has little faith, what happens? One goes to the next stage, which is called Sadhu Sangha. And that stage is the urge to associate with saintly souls to gain spiritual knowledge. Means one becomes more inquisitive, develops a little taste. Get up in the morning, regularly attends programs, regularly attends Sunday feast programs, meet with devotees, make friendship with devotees. Dadati pratyaguyhati guhyamakyati pruchati bhunkti bhojati, those kind of thing begins and we have sadhu sangha and bhajana kriya. We learn how to chant, we learn how to render deity worship, we learn how to act our proper etiquettes. We learn, and many things we learn every day. We constantly evolve ourselves, right? By the evolving process, what happens? Our impurities are actually being destroyed, cleansed. We get cleansed. What happens? Because cleansed means any unwanted things we have in our heart, desires, unnecessary desires. We've been having so many desires for sense gratification in the past and present also. But we are coming through a cleansing process. We are attached to 100 pair of shoes in the past. Now we, made it 75 pairs. Or gradually sometime, learning. This phase is very, it takes, this phase takes a long time actually. Anartha Nivritti stage takes a long time. But one renders service with patience and determination. Okay, as we proceed, as we do, then we'll become steady. The Nishta stage will come, we'll become steady in due course of time. Steady in our association, steady in chanting, steady in other services. By doing this, we develop gradually attachment, single-minded attachment to devotional service performed by meditating on the Lord Krishna's eternal pastimes. Asakti, which is attachment. More and more asakti with devotees, devotional service, devotional paraphernalia, Supreme Lord, His pastimes in holy name. Everything will develop asakti, dham, and desire to serve the dham. So in this way, we will see certain things are parallelly developed. It's not like, okay, this stage is done, you have to enter to the next stage, or next stage is done, you enter the next stage. No, it's not like that. So we can have these things manifesting parallelly as we practice sadhana bhakti. It's not like, my asakti is now completed, okay, I begin with bhava. No, the bhava is serving the Lord with spontaneous devotional sentiments. In bhava also several stages one goes there. Bhava means serving the Lord with spontaneous devotional sentiments. Then finally is called awakening of love of Godhead. Why I'm bringing this point is Vidura, it is said that until we reach bhava stage also, we are prone to fall down. We heard the example of Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj had attained the bhava stage, but still somehow or other, he was a little careless and became careless, and the incident, he became attached to deer and he fell down. Okay, so but Vidur has attained the stage Achyuta Bhava. That's why I want to bring this point. Achyuta Bhava stage is that there's no question of him falling down. He attained the Prema stage. Achyuta Bhava's Prema stage. And that's the Prema stage is the goal of living entity, but doesn't mean that it ends with Prema. In Prema stage also one builds different kind of relationship with the Supreme Lord. We see the 5 rasas, primary, the Santa rasa, Dasya rasa, Saksha rasa, Vachalya rasa, and Madhurya rasa. The Prema evolves more and more, ever increasing. So beyond Prema, which is a Prema stage, we see that the loftier regions of bhakti. We become more intimate with the Supreme Lord, become servant, servant, become friend, like that. So it is said, if you have a permission, I'll take a few minutes and read this. Should we read it or no? Is it helping?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, it's good to know. It's good to have this knowledge actually. So as we attain, how promising this Krishna consciousness is. One way the living entities are suffering in repeatedly, constantly, in day and night, in different yoni, bahu yoni, different yoni we are suffering. And the other way, we are situated in the devotional service, practice of the devotional service. So it's worth knowing our journey. It's worth knowing where we are. It's not knowing how fortunate we are. It's worth knowing how vast bhakti is. It's like an ocean. Bhakti rasa is also an ocean. A couple of things I will share. Beyond these 8 levels, the scriptures describe the precision further stages of advancement in the realm of spiritual realization. If a tree represents bhakti or true devotional service, these lofty devotional exchanges with the Lord can be described as the mature fruits that ripen on the upper branches of the tree of bhakti. Okay. If a tree represents bhakti, so suppose a tree represents the bhakti, the fruits of the tree, there will be fruits of the tree. So the mature fruits that ripen the upper branches of the tree of bhakti is basically the loving exchanges. That's called loving exchanges. What happens in Krishna's life? Krishna's life means Krishna and devotee's life. After prema stage, we will get into the intricacies, the lofty regions of bhakti. The real, it's like a marriage done. The real life begins. All these things I'm sharing is on the transcendental platform. Sometimes it might sound like a material. No, this is on the spiritual platform, because the Lord is not inert or formless or free kind of any kind of rasas. Is full of all transcendental rasas. So everything explained going forward, he is on the platform of a spiritual platform. Though we connect with the matter, but understand that everything is in the platform of a pure devotional service. Anya vilasita sunyam jnana karmadi anavritam, without any ulterior motive. Okay. So now next stage is sneha. When we are in devotional service, prema, the sneha means when the heart melts. Sneha means the heart melts with excessive love. Sneha means the heart melts with excessive love. I don't know. I can give one example. Just now I was giving. Just now I was giving that Vidura. I didn't read it, but I heard it. That he was giving the peels while serving banana. He was giving peel. I don't know. I haven't read it, but I have heard it. Please, just giving an example that it's how one can win excessive love. Mana is extreme sneha that uncovers new delightful regions of loving exchanges, making the beloved externally behave in a capricious way. So next stage is called mana. So these are the manifestation. These qualities are manifested in advanced devotees. Sneha, mana, pranaya, raga, anuraga, mahabhava, modanaksha mahabhava, and madanaksha mahabhava. So here in summary, I know it's 8:31. In summary here, Vidura meets with Maitreya and have inquiries about benefit of this, the conditioned souls in this universe, how to deliver them. Vidura is perfect soul. He is attained the perfection, and Maitreya is also attained the perfection by directly hearing, associating, and hearing from Lord Krishna. So we will see what wonderful discussions they are having. Any quick comments or questions, corrections from here? Sorry, I had a call in between. Hope everyone doing well. Any comments? Was it overwhelming, the class? Bhavagai Janardhan Prabhu. Suman Mataji. Was it okay?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. No, very nice class. I mean, those are 8 stages of bhakti. The starting from the Shraddha up to there are 9, right? 9 stages of
Yeah,
bhakti.
yeah.
Bhav. And
Yeah.
we hear about it a lot, but it's nice to hear about it again and again, so that we remember Shraddha and association and that.
The only reason is, yeah, we should know where we are heading to. We should know that bhakti is with patience,
Mm,
patience. At the same time, we should not become a sahajiya. Very
yeah,
important point also you brought it. So many times we know that the highest love of God is manifested by the Brajavasis, gopis, right? We all know the highest form of
mm,
love is manifested by Brajavasis. If you ask many devotees, all of us, what we want, we become Brajavasis, or we want to be gopis, we are gopas, immediately we want to be. But actually, bhakti, path of bhakti is not just try to become like them, rather appreciate them, relish this relationship. By relishing, by appreciating, by following in the footsteps, meditating on their activities, eventually we will get that nature. Not try to imitate or pretend that I want to act like this. No, it cannot be. We appreciate. We cannot. It's not possible to become, the Brajavasis. Uddhava, Uddhava is such a great. Who is Uddhava? Uddhava is very dear to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna left the message with Uddhava. He said that I desire to be a grass, become just a grass in the Braja, so that I'll appreciate the mood of the Brajavasis. So really, progressing is hearing and appreciating the greatness of the mood of the Brajavasis, not try to become Brajavasis. Because that's not the way. Just living there, one does not become Brajavasi. So rather hearing and imbibing those qualities, developing those qualities, eventually, Krishna will provide based on our desire and qualification.
and Uddhava was very humble, and he was willing to receive more, learn more from Maitreya Rishi and other. So he was.
This is
It's a,
Vidura. This is Vidura.
yeah,
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 yeah. Both Uddhav is humble and Vidura is humble, and we also remain humble and learn more and more, hear more and more, hear more and more. Uh,
yeah.
uh,
And this is Vidura here. Yeah, very humble. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Any other questions, comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. You called on me earlier. I couldn't get off of mute fast enough. Sorry. No, it's good to hear these things because at least for me, it's good for the ego to see how far I still have to go. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can get pumped up, pump yourself up a little bit, like, oh, I'm doing such a good job. I'm listening to this. I'm doing that. I'm chanting 16 rounds nicely. But when you hear those things, it's like, okay, I am so dented and I have so far to go. So it's nice to hear these things, you're right. We're not going to be the Bridgevasis. It's something that we can aspire to, but that's not us, at least not me. So thank you so much.
We should serve. Yeah, thank you. And it's like how far we go, right? It's an interesting question. I noticed that many times I've noticed, many times people are so excited to go for vacation or a journey, a travel. They go. And as soon as the journey starts, they start the journey and they become so restless. One becomes very, oh, when I will reach, when I will reach, when I will reach, when I will reach. And I remember when I take my son, it says that when the train will arrive, when the train will arrive, when the train will arrive. Well, you're already in the journey, right? You're already in your journey is part of your destination. You're proceeding. So we should relish the moment, not wait for how far I have to go, because we are already in. Otherwise, we'll say, "Oh my God, when I'll become devotee?" Yeah, okay, that's right. We should not say that I'm already become devotee. When I will develop all these good qualities, that is there. But how far I have to go? There's no end to it. The beauty of Krishna consciousness is the mean and goal are same. You're already in it. We are already in it. Does it make sense? So one should not be restless. Oh, how far I have to go? How far I have to keep chanting? Well, we keep chanting until we like chanting. Until we love chanting, like chanting, right? That's the way it is. That's the solution. Now we are waiting. Oh, when this will be over? When we'll meet Krishna? Well, meeting Krishna with chanting, because of our jaundice, nature. We think that uh, um, our practice is separate than Krishna consciousness, attaining Krishna. Practice and attaining Krishna is none different actually. It's absolute. So basically, I relish. I am serving today deity worship, devoting, cooking, chanting, everything. That's what it is. I'm in there. I appreciate that moment. Every moment I appreciate. That's I learn, and I'm talking to myself. So otherwise, I notice that people go on vacation, or they start journey. They become so impatient. Hey, when my journey will over? So they go to the destination. Everybody claps. Now we reach our destination. They clap it, and they spend some time. Then they're desperate. When I will return back? When I will return back? So this kind of unsteadiness, or no, we are in the devotional service. Just practice. Don't look how far it is. That's my understanding. Hare Krishna. We'll stop it here. Granth